Hey guys, I know I haven't made any videos or streamed in quite a while now, and I'm sorry about that. I was finding it a bit too much while dealing with some pretty bad chronic back pain. But some good news is we are trying a different medication to manage my back pain, and it's actually improved quite a bit. So I've been thinking about streaming again. But unfortunately, we lost my webcam and my mic while I was moving. So, thankfully, Razer hooked me up with a new webcam and a new mic. And yeah, it's awesome. I get to stream again and show you guys what I've been up to lately. I've been playing a lot of World of Warcraft in the new expansion. It's been pretty fun. I'm playing the new Evoker class, which is pretty interesting and fun. And then I've also been spending time working on 3D modeling. If you've seen my Instagram, you've seen some of the things I've done already with it. But let me quickly just show you what they are. Right. So this is the one I'm currently working on. And yeah, it's my first attempt at an environment. And it's a little outdated, actually. I'll show you the more current version on in Maya in a second. And this was my attempt at doing a character model with like doing all the visuals, putting on mesh, the materials, and baking it and all that kind of stuff. This was the kind of what you take into the program to bake it and put on all the, this fancy stuff to make it look real. Oh, and that's my nephew who's born recently. And this is another one I did early on. I think this was like my second project. It was pretty fun. I like the space stuff, so I enjoyed doing that one quite a bit. And that was like the midway point when I was working on it. Yeah, and this is like when I started it. And then this one was my attempt at just doing a mask of a face. It was actually pretty easy because I gave you the outline of the face, and then you just basically make the mesh over top of it. So like all this little detail and making it look nice isn't really me doing it. It was just what we had to start with. It was just like an exercise how to build proper meshes. This was a weapon attempt I did early on. Um, I kind of did it on my own just to try something different. I found like an image online and tried to reproduce it. And then this was the first project that we tried. It was pretty fun. It definitely got me started and like I realized, wow, you can do a lot with even simple basic tools. So yeah, so those are the projects I've done so far. I'm still in classes right now, and I think we're doing a character model soon, which will be really interesting. So let me show you how I'm managing Maya, because at first, a lot of people were worried because of like how I use my mouse, if I'd be able to do it. Well, not a lot of people. It's just when I approached the university that I'm going through, um, they weren't sure because it's hard to really know what my limitations are by me describing it in a paragraph. You kind of have to see it play out. And one of the things that came up as a big worry is sculpting, because it's one of the more advanced skills, and pretty much everything nowadays has sculpting at the end part. Like that's what makes them look so realistic, right? It's a big part of 3D modeling now. So I've been trying to find ways to make it more accessible for me. Mostly to speed things up, because I find I can do everything. I'm just a little bit slower because I can't do precise mouse movements, and I also have to take my time to switch between like all these buttons up here, because doing the keyboard shortcuts is a little slower for me, because I always have to go from my mouse to my pen, back to the mouse, and juggling all that's always been a bit too much. So I found a solution that I think works pretty well, because I actually tried doing it for video games, and that's voice commands to do things I want. And I'll just quickly show you an example of that. Okay, so right now I'm on the sculpting brush. Sculpt. You can see, yeah, it's doing its job. Smooth. And yeah, there you go. It's smoothing everything out. Of course, I'm still doing a lot of keyboard work still, but it at least lets me switch between brushes fast. I'm still trying to find more ways to use this, but it's been pretty good so far. It was one of my concerns going into because it's pretty mouse precision. It is very important, right? Like, and for me, doing like a straight line I can kind of do it, but it's not the easiest. And even doing like circles are hard for me. So I've been trying to figure out ways to improve that. So yeah, that's what I've been up to, you guys. I do plan to stream soon. I don't know when yet because I'm still waiting to figure out my timeline with the care workers because they kind of show up randomly right now with the program I'm on. So it's kind of awkward to schedule streaming around that. Come March, I'll be on a different program where I hire my own workers and schedule them how I like them. So that's probably when I'll start streaming. But I might try to do it sooner and do some like short streams here or there to show you guys what I've been up to and just show off playing some World of Warcraft because I like people seeing how I play that game because I'm actually pretty good at it generally, but it's no one really expects that, right? Because of the way I play. Like I should be a typical keyboard turner who struggles and like can't dodge things, but I can, even though I do have to keyboard turn. And I think it's just because of how I'm used to playing like this, and I try to learn about fights ahead of time so I know when I need to be moving, so I'm moving before, and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's it for this video. I hope you guys will be around when I do start streaming again. And once again, thank you, Razer, for the webcam and mic. They're the ones that make it possible for me to stream, so that's awesome. And yeah, that's it for me. Thanks, guys.